Good morning. No, that's creepy. Luke's got this thing for doing the whole Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is it right?
Hello, Poppet. It's terrifying. Anyway, good morning. It is Thursday, which is yeah, good afternoon. It's 12:12. I'm gonna claim that even though I wasn't studying this morning, we got offered an apartment in Tübingen, which is super exciting. And so we were looking into that. And so technically it's part of study, because it's part of my studies of trying to get to Tübingen.
To justify it.
I know. Anyway, so we were looking into that this morning and trying to figure out the logistics of that. So hopefully we'll be moving to Tübingen soon, which is super exciting. And then we also got a delivery, which is super cool. We have been dealing with these, let's see if I can show you. These chairs come with the apartment that we're currently in, and they are awful to say the least. I think we've seen at least once a week, if not once every 2 weeks, one of these gets thrown out because they break.
Because the legs fall off.
Because the legs fall off, or because it's just, I don't know. They're just pretty awful, to be honest. And we've managed to not destroy ours, which has been really nice. But
one of them's on its way.
One of them's on its way. It's like I'll actually show you. The legs are further out than the table legs are. And so it's just impossible to get in and out. And it's very frustrating. And when we're working from home, they're just awful to deal with. So we bought some office chairs off Amazon. I did a study at the university which gave me an Amazon voucher, so we decided to use it on getting decent chairs for home. So we're going to set those up and then get some good productive work done today. We're going to have a good long hard working day.
How long are we working for?
Afternoon. Anyway, we're going to set these up and then I will show you the finished product. So welcome to the second day of this video, because I really did not film enough yesterday for it to be... Oh, I didn't update on what happened yesterday. So I'm just gonna put this down. We went to go out for like dessert, and the place that we were going to said it closed at like 23, so 11 o'clock at night. And we got there at like 9:30 and they're like, nah, the kitchen's closed, so it's only drinks now. I'm like, but they still have an hour and a half and all we wanted was dessert. But they weren't doing that, so we had to go somewhere else. And this is the place that we went when we first got to Stuttgart. So we knew it and we thought, you know what, they have decent stuff, we'll just go there. So it was good, but that's what I showed you last night. It wasn't great, but it was good. What?
Well, there's a blister pack with all the parts.
Oh no.
I'm hoping
some of the parts are missing.
That
unless it's just a...
isn't important, because
there's 8 pieces that are missing.
Unless that's
this bit. Because this doesn't have.
And this might not actually. Oh yeah, that might not actually be for the model.
Especially because that's just spare parts.
Actually part of the blister pack, but.
There's mixed reviews about these chairs. It seemed like the majority of the bad reviews, which were like, I don't know, not many. It had about 4,000 good reviews.
Like 1% of them were bad or something.
And 1% of them were bad. But all of the bad ones were like, it seems like the people hadn't put the chair together properly.
Or they bought the cheapest chair on Amazon and expected something amazing.
Yeah. So we have low expectations, but also Luke's pretty handy, so if anything needs fixing, I'm pretty sure Luke will be able to fix it. Anyway, we're going to put this together and I'll see you afterwards. If you ignore the messy background, we have office chairs. They're very nice. So basically, oh, it's a bit loud. They have a movable armrests, and you can pull this thing out and go tilt backwards if you want to recline slightly, or you can just have it as it is, go up and down. I feel like it's good chair. Spin. How's your review of the chair? Are you happy with it?
It's good. You're missing a like telegraph. One of your covers isn't in.
Oh no.
It's in. Yep.
So we have upgraded our home office. Very proud,
They are
very happy.
A lot more comfortable.
They're so much more comfortable than those things. Those things were so uncomfortable.
And just the height.
Like I just didn't want to.
Those
Yeah.
things are too low.
Whereas this, we can actually have at desk height.
Height.
Very happy. Okay, well now that that's done,
Hard day's work.
we're not even going to work now, we're going to have lunch. Whoops. Anyway, let's eat. And pack up this mess because it's now boxes everywhere. It's now, I always do this, I gotta start it. Is it almost 6? 2 minutes to 6. Do you like our couch, by the way? We took the cover off it so we can wash it. It's now 2 minutes to 6 and we've done about 4 hours of work straight. I say straight, but I've decided that I always felt like I was never finishing 8 hours of work. That is very out of focus. I always felt like I was never finishing 8 hours of work. And then I realized that, I don't know, like if you have an office job, you like don't stop the day or like the timing of the day when you like go to the toilet or when you, I don't know, like go fill up your water bottle. So I figured that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna leave it running when I did that, and like Luke and I had a couple of like 2 to 5 minute chats. That's fine, that's part of the work day. Anyway, I know Luke keeps telling me not to justify things, but whatever.
I was the one that suggested that that's probably just part of the work day to have the small little breaks.
Well, there we go. Then I'm not
I
justifying.
think they did a study, most people only get like 4 hours of work done.
I like 100% get more than 4 hours of work done in a day.
That's too far down the
Yeah.
But
Most office jobs.
getting 8 hours of work done is going to take a lot longer than actual 8 hours by the time you have to toilet and eat and...
Yeah. Anyway, so we've now just done like 4 hours of work, and it was so much better having those chairs. It like makes a big difference.
They're a lot more comfortable.
Like
And
my
actually,
neck's not sore. I
the
get
right
really
height.
sore trap. Is it trap?
Yeah.
My trap gets really sore because I normally don't have anything to put my elbows on.
Push the elbows on.
It was so good, but we've done that. We're now going to take a break and go for a run, which is my first run in a while.
I have not run in a long time.
I started doing the Nike Run Club thing, and then I got sick and busy, and so I stopped doing it. But they've got these really cool sections, which is like, oh, it's locked me out. Typical. That's how long I haven't used this app. They have these like first run, they're guided runs, but it's like first run back after a while, or second run, first treadmill run. They're all like guided runs, and they're actually really, really good. They've definitely improved this app since the first time I used it a couple of years ago. But then you can also just like time your run, your normal run. You don't have to do one of the guided runs, which is probably what we're going to do. So we're going to do that and then make dinner. And then, knowing us, probably get back to work.
Happy days.
Because we've got so much to do. And this morning was a bit crazy. We got offered an apartment, and then we got like provisionally offered a second apartment, which we don't like guaranteed have. It's more like we still need to do an interview for that place and see if they actually like us, whereas the student accommodation is like a guaranteed, we have been offered this. But it's much smaller and it's like further out, which is fine. Like there's multiple buses that you can take, but then we have to get a bus pass, and it's fully furnished, which is good, but we've got some of our own furniture, so we'd have to see if there's space to store stuff. But then student accommodation is like half the price of this other apartment, and it's guaranteed. Anyway, I just feel like it's been on my mind all day, and I've been struggling to just like sit down and concentrate on my work, because I keep going back to the like, what decision should we make? We also have to make the decision by Monday, because the student accommodation needs to know, otherwise they'll offer it to somebody else. So much to think about.
So much.
So many decisions. And we are like notoriously bad at making decisions. So it'll happen. We'll get there. We'll make a decision if somebody responds to my emails. Anyway, we're gonna go for a run and then make dinner. Let's go. Look at me, I actually checked the time before starting this, but it's 9:30 almost. We had a very long dinner break because our show ended on a cliffhanger, and I made Luke watch the next one with me. But I'm just making hot chocolates on the stove. And then we're both just working. Luke's here, already hard at work. Clearly I am the one that is struggling to get back into the flow of it, but we're just going to keep going for a bit. Luke's got a bunch of work to finish tonight, so we're just going to keep going, and I will check in with you probably when we close down for the night. I'm not sure what time that's going to be, maybe another hour, 2 hours. We woke up late, so it's going to be a late evening tonight. Good evening. Oh my gosh, I am so tired. It is 10 past midnight and I've decided that it's time to stop. Hang on, I can't see. I've decided it's time to stop. Normally I'm the kind of person I get up super early, like to work super early, finish work early. As you can tell, early is my thing. But we only woke up at 9 o'clock this morning because this whole week has just been pushed out. We got home really late last night and then had to obviously get ready. Just, I think everything, not catalyzed, but like got put out from there. Anyway, we were then going to have like a super productive day, but like I said, we got notice about the apartment in Tübingen in the student accommodation, and we were just trying to figure out like if that was something that we wanted to do, or like if we wanted to try and just hedge our bets and try and find a different apartment. And then the chairs came and I feel like a brand new woman in one of these chairs. It's so nice having these chairs. But we set those up and then it was time for lunch, and I felt like the second half of today has been really focused, which is really good. I've only logged 6.5 hours, sorry. And so again, it's just felt like a really messy week. But I feel like those 6.5 hours have been like really concentrated hours, and I've got through a lot of work and a lot of readings, and I've written a bunch of emails that I needed to write, and overall it's been a really good productive day. It's just been very pushed out, and I'm surprised actually Luke finished about half an hour ago and he's like, how are you still going? Normally I crash at like, I don't think I've been able to work past 10 this whole PhD. I've just been so tired. But I kept going, I kept pushing through. I'm actually halfway through one article that I just couldn't finish. It was too much. It was a really easy article, but I just start getting to this time of night where my eyes just start fuzzing over more than they already do. And I'm like, I'm just not paying attention anymore. So I decided to call it quits. I've turned off my timer, and it's actually because I worked past midnight. It's actually logged 10 minutes to today. Well, 10 minutes to the 10th. Of course my battery just died. I don't know what I was saying. Oh, I'll take the 10 minutes for tomorrow. But yeah, it's the end of the day. I'm feeling very just, I don't know. I feel like because the days have been so unstructured and like messy that I haven't really done anything outside of university. And like, I don't know, those things are needed. I think sometimes you just need to just push through and maybe have a week of not really that many extracurriculars. I mean, we went out to dinner and stuff, and like went to the gym yesterday and we went for a run today. I didn't talk about my run. But anyway, it's just, I think it's going to be one of those weeks where we've just got to push through and catch up. I've just got a never-ending to-do list. I've realized I've presented at these conferences over the last month, and I just keep getting suggestions for where to take my research, and now I want to look into all of the different threads, but it's really hard because like you go down one thread and it takes you down a rabbit hole, and then you've got all these other threads and each thread is a rabbit hole, and it's just hard to keep up with everything. So I'm kind of dipping my toes into each one and making notes, and then I can always come back to them. Like, I've got 3 years for this project, so I've got time. I was going to show you though my Nike run, because it went really well. Like, obviously this was a getting back into it run. I haven't run in a long time, and I forgot to strap my knee. I had knee surgery I feel like 2.5 years ago, and it's just still niggly. It's just, I think it's just going to be one of those things that I just have to deal with. My surgeon said that it was probably going to be like that. A lot of people have my injury that I had, and it's just one of those things that like surgery will fix it to a certain percentage, but you're just always going to deal with it. So I forgot to strap it, which I find really helps. But we did 18 minutes 23 and 2.68 kilometers. But it's really cool. So it like labels it, if it will focus, of like, it tells you all your stats and then where you ran. Oh, I'm moving my hand up, but that's obviously not going to scroll. And then it has like, that's what I was just reading out, was like the splits of my kilometers, and you can add your shoes, and you can log how difficult the run was. Breathing hard, not talking much. Considerable. It was considerable. It wasn't too hard. We were talking the whole time. To be honest, I really just wanted to get back into it without killing myself. Yeah. And then I've been chatting with my friends from New Zealand, which has been so nice because I haven't really talked to them in such a long time. Actually, I've said in so many videos now, I got really sick for a while. I've got a wall calendar up here, by the way. I'm not just like staring off into the distance. But I got really sick for about 3 weeks. We think it might have been Legionnaire's disease, because as wonderful as this apartment block is that we're in, it's, I don't know, there have been so many problems. And one of the things that happened is somebody posted up on the wall, warning, Legionnaire's disease is going around. I'm like, great. It's something to do with the water, and like when it's sat in the pipes for too long or something, it gets some sort of, I don't know, disease thing. And then when it aerates it, like when you shower or if you drink water, it's bad for you and you get sick. It's kind of like a stomach flu, and all of the symptoms are what I had. So we're just assuming it's that, and that I just had a really bad case of it for like 3 weeks. Anyway, it's meant that I haven't really talked to my friends in a while because I was just so whacked. And so it's been really nice to talk with them. And I've been discussing the whole apartment thing with them, about whether we're going to do it the cheap route and go down student accommodation, which is guaranteed. But the place is relatively small. It's at least 2 bedrooms, so that's really nice. 2 bedrooms, sorry, I lie. It's at least 1 bedroom, which in New Zealand says that it's like a bedroom separate from the living room. Here, when they say like 1 room, it seems to be like a studio apartment. But yeah, we have been offered a 1 bedroom separate living room. The problem is that the kitchen is really small, and I'm totally somebody who, like, I find cooking and baking so therapeutic, and it's something that I do for my mental health, like, a lot. And the kitchen here has been like fine, and we've been experimenting with like making like muffins in the microwave oven, and like we bought a Dutch oven, which I think tomorrow we're going to try and make scones in. And it's like, yeah, we found a way around it, but I've just really missed having a good kitchen. And that's the like one downfall with the student accommodation, is it's like super cheap. It's maybe like half the price of what we're looking at in other apartments, and it's guaranteed, whereas other apartments we're still like applying for, we haven't like actually received. But there's this one apartment that my colleague is living in, and he's like putting us forward as a recommendation for a replacement for him when he leaves. And it's really nice, and it's got a really big kitchen, but it's double the price, and it's unfurnished, so we'd have to furnish it all. And like, I feel like it's one of those things where there's pros and cons. It's not just like it's an easy, I feel like if they were the same price, I would 100% go for my friend's place, even though it's not guaranteed to us, just because it's got a bigger kitchen, bigger lounge, it's got a balcony, which would be so nice, and it's so much closer to my office. But because the student accommodation is so cheap, and the whole thing is like, we want to be able to travel, and we want to be able to go around and like have, like, the whole point of being here is to like make experiences and study in a really cool university, but go travel and see all these places that we now have access to that we don't have access to in New Zealand. So yeah, I don't know, there's a lot to think about. I feel like that's why my brain has been a bit all over the place. But it is now nighttime. I'm now going to close my computer, which is one of the most satisfying things in the world, is shutting it down. Goodbye. And get ready for bed. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. It's one of the boxes from when we were setting up the desk chairs. As you can tell, my mind's not working. It's late. It's time to go to bed, I think. I'm gonna do that, and I will see you tomorrow for the last day of this short random work week in my life, which has really just been me, I feel like, blurting, saying I'm about to do something and then not recording it, and then now having like an 8.5 minute chat about the day. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Is it going to move quickly?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure from its head shape it's not a snake.
Luke thinks this is a legless lizard.
I don't know.
Do they have snakes in Germany?
Yeah, but the head look... I could be very wrong. The head looks wrong. The head looks wrong. I think part of the difference...
Very much could be a legless lizard.
Part of the difference is a forked tongue, I think, but obviously it's too small to kind of see that. Dude, it's not getting very far.
No, I was going to say, he looks like he's struggling.
Let me get a bit of grass and help him along.
Okay. We're just going for a walk up to the hill. Like, almost stood on him.
It's huge though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought, like...
It's got like little blue spots in it. Like, he's massive.
Yeah.
Here we go. Give me something to push off. Come on. You gotta help.
Go on, buddy. He's probably like, oh, something is touching me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a breed of legless lizard because their head looks so much like a skink. That's on the next.
Oh, okay. Go, buddy, go. Be free.
You can. Go up on here. Yeah. There you go.
There you go, buddy. Go be free.
That's Steve Irwin on.
Yeah. Hello, hello. It's on the hunt for the gecko.
Huh? No? Just standing.
Such nice weather. Was that my hair?
It was.
In theory, there's supposed to be some sort of like aesthetic at the top video. It is very pretty. Not that you can see me and the sky, but you'll just have to believe me.
I do feel like a lot of North America seems very similar to Europe.
Like Canada.
Like, yeah.
Or like America, United States.
Yeah, like a lot of the wildlife is like very similar. Some of the architecture, because it was like early Europeans that went over there, is very similar. Climates, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't really see, but there's a bunch of like ducks and teenage ducks. They're so cute.